All right. So it's been about a week since I've been on. Since I made a video and since I made the announcement I was going to do the Appalachian Trail, and so many things have kind of transpired, I had a lot of commitments this week, and I've been immersed in educating myself, at least intellectually, from understanding the language, the specific, the specific language of the hiking community, and all the different elements of gear. Remember, I said before, like, I have zero experience and I had zero gear, so I've really tried to immerse myself into learning as much as I can, acquiring what I need with three things in mind: being as light as possible, for as cheap as possible, and make it as convenient as possible, right? And those three things, you're going to sacrifice at least one of them, right? If you want to be convenient and if you want to be light, you're going to pay, right? I had to kind of compromise and to the best I can, knowing I didn't, even if I had the means, which I don't, right, to run out and buy the lightest gear imaginable, the easiest setup imaginable. I don't know what I don't know, so I don't know what I'm gonna feel comfortable with or what I'm not. So I've kind of accumulated all this knowledge, right, or studying and comparing and trying to keep my expenses down as much as I can, and I think I did all right. So I got some gear still trickling in right now, but I'm gonna, in the next day or so, when I get most of it here, and I'm gonna try to do a video and explain what I have and my rationale behind it, but I can tell you this, I'll tease you a little bit, like my big three, around 11 pounds, which is more than I probably anybody would want, right? But I think I'm okay with that right now. And my total investment at this point is under $1,100, and I mean that when I'm saying total investment. I'm talking about layered clothing. I'm from Florida, right? So I don't have wool clothing. I don't have long johns. I don't have fleeces. I didn't have anything, man. Shoes, socks. So water filtration systems, the Sawyer squeeze, Ursacks, right? Like all of this stuff I had to learn about, and I tried to find it. I tried to balance the best I could for where I'm at. And here's the irony of life, right? So I spent probably the majority of the last 10 years letting go of certain attachments, right? Letting go of minimizing my life and making it as simple as possible, and learning how to be comfortable in any situation, right? And taking my own power back, and trying to show to the world that you could be happy and content in any situation, regardless of the circumstances. And so I give away all of my comfort items, right? I give away my televisions, I give away my living room set, I give away my bedroom set, I most of my clothes and personal belongings, and I step out into this living in a tent, right? And so I give it away. My washer, dryer, everything, I give it away. And then the irony of life is now I'm buying uncomfortable items. So I give away all my comfort items to go out and buy uncomfortable items, sleeping pads and tents and bags and layered clothings, and I just find myself absolutely, laughing at myself and the way things have turned out, and it's no different for anybody, right? And it's like, I also learned this. So many people have reached out to me saying they wish they could do this, and I realize I have zero attachments for the most part around here. I do have a lot of commitments that I do, like if I do some volunteer work, that I don't want to leave those people like high and dry, right? So I'm trying to make sure that they're in a good spot when I step away. I have a son in Denver and a daughter here, right? And two little grandchildren, and my mother and my family, and so it's always given to others, right? It's not about me, it's about others. And it's I, with no attachments, with no place, with no job, with no career, I can see how difficult it is to just pick up and go, right? And so I understand the people that are still engrossed in that, in what some people would call normal life or society, and how difficult it is to break away. And I try to tell people anyway, I'm not trying to encourage people to break away either, right? I can be happy and content anywhere, regardless of the circumstances. What's going on around me matters not. Tomorrow I could easily go back to work, right? I can put a shirt and tie on again and go back and provide for a family and be completely happy and content wherever I'm at. And that's a real message that I'm trying to get across, or that I hope to deliver, and I hope to my grandkids see this someday, and that they know, like, if you're struggling or you're suffering in any way, it's usually because we've given our power away, right? We've given that to other people or other things, right? Like, I have to do this because it's required, and in order to maintain this status or this this dignity or this pride that I was handing over to other people, right? I needed to present this persona to people, and so my whole goal this last 10 years was letting go of those things, right? Letting go of the idea that I can appease everybody or make everybody happy, and just being okay with who I am and what I'm doing, right? And regardless of what that is, this is probably the first thing that I've really stepped out and done for myself, right? And it's not even really for myself, because it's always about others, right? It's a platform to show others that this is possible, and that you can get through any situation with contentment, right? Only I make myself suffer today. There is nobody who makes me suffer. Do I get uncomfortable at times? Absolutely. But it's always me. It's what's the matter with me. Why does this situation make me uncomfortable? What am I trying, It's always me. It's always self-reflection. It's always the answer, because I've given my power away. So that's been kind of engrossed in my brain too, right? Which is unusual for me, because I really try to stay in the moment. So this past week, I've had to do some things with some people that I kind of have relationships with, and some commitments. Let's just say that, right? And I've been spending way more time than I want to, like, researching and looking for deals and sales and weighing options and not being like I normally am, in the moment. And it's been a fun experience, like trying to understand this. And then, of course, I've also thought about, well, what am I going to do on the trail, right? I have no experience vlogging. I have no editing experience, really. I have no... I've never watched another vlog, so I don't even know what other people are doing, and I kind of don't want to, right? I don't want to piggyback. I don't want to see what other people are doing because it doesn't matter to me, and I also don't want to go out there for any other reason except for to be completely immersed in the experience. And that means completely immersed with the trail, with nature, right? Not competing against it, cooperating with it, being there with it. Completely immersed with the people I meet on the trail and learning about their stories and being cooperating with it, not competing against it, and being completely immersed in myself and not competing with myself, cooperating, right? So naturally I am human, right? I tend to be a pretty happy dude and live in the moment. So it started to come on me like, wow, like, do I want to vlog it? Do I want to, or do I want to alienate maybe other people that are out there for the same reasons I'm going out there for? Do I want to, I'm not trying to attain anything. I'm not trying to become like anybody, man. I just want to share my experience with people, and there's a balance there too, right? There's a balance of like, of being completely okay and one with everything and showing people, you guys, that process without stepping on toes or without feeling the need. I have to do this, right? I want to be completely immersed in the experience. And so there's been a little bit of like, you know, letting go of that too, letting go of like not trying to figure it out because that's not the way I live, do things today. It's letting go of like this unreasonable expectation that I put on myself, or that I have to, you know, do this now because people are expecting things from me, and that's not the way I live life today. That's the way I used to live life, right? So I don't know what it's going to look like yet, and because my purpose of starting this channel was not to vlog the Appalachian Trail, and it was to show people that you can be happy and content in any circumstances, because I was inspired to do that, right? You know, and I've said this in another video before, and I'll say it again. You know, I was working with somebody one day, and I asked her, I said, what does peace look like to you? She gave me the original, you know, what most people say, it's a beach, and it's the sun, and it's the wind and the waves. And I said, no, that's a place. Don't describe a place. What does peace look like to you? And her answer was absolutely beautiful. After a few moments, she said, no resistance. Absolutely beautiful answer. And that's how I try to live my life. No resistance. And I want to go on the trail with no resistance and no, just cooperate with everything and everyone, and just not resist it, and just not force my way into, you know, I got to create this or that. So I don't know what it's going to look like yet. It probably won't look a whole lot different than what this is. Maybe it's just sitting down at night and just sharing my experiences. I don't want to watch other people's content because I don't want to mimic even subconsciously mimic what other people are doing. I'm okay with who I am and the direction I'm going in, right? And I do want to share that with everybody, and I'm excited, and it's been really, really cool to kind of see these things unfold, and the beautiful relationships of people reaching out to me, and how, like, I say it a lot, like when I awakened spiritually, it was like I was living in this box my whole life, and suddenly, like, my beliefs and my ideas, and it kept me in this box, and I thought that was the entire world. And when I let go of those beliefs and a lot of that ideology, and just allowed, I stopped resisting and constructing what I thought the way things should be, then I stepped out of that box and the world got a lot bigger. And this decision for me to let go of more attachments and move out into a tent and start this channel, a lot of those things seem strange to the people that know me, and I understand that completely. And so not everybody encourages me the way some do, but I trust the way, and there's no judgment. I trust the way I'm being led and the things that are unfolding, and it's wonderful to step outside of that box again and see people like you reach out to me, and hundreds, if not thousands, of messages and comments, and people living just like I am. And I want to meet those people. I want to learn from those people. And I want to meet the people that don't agree with me. I want it all, right? I want to share the gifts that I've been given. And I don't know how to do that yet, but I trust completely that I'll be shown. Appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to do a video in the next couple of days, like introducing you to my gear and kind of explaining my rationale of how I come to this this place of this plan of no plan, and I'm hoping I get some positive feedback from people out there as to what I can do, and I'll explain it, the big three at least, in the next day or so. Appreciate you guys.